ton of consistent and quality One Piece content like this. If you love One Piece manga leaks, spoilers, reviews, theories, you will love this channel if you love the One Piece manga. But let us just begin. Again, we have the full chapter pages. So we have chapter 1182, Zaza. I guess Oda smoking that. We have Fujitora. Funny enough, I said Fujimoto last time because of my PTSD. He is just having some ramen with a fox and a tanuki. Yeah, fair enough, Hugh. It's nice. Next page. So we have the editor beginning the chapter in page 1. What happened to Imu after Loki's Thorheim? I can still feel that he's here as Loki's breeding, and Loki looks badass and so huge. I love sight of him as he's still huffing and Ragnar's dancing. Nidhogg. To think we'd end up meeting again in this world. He coughs and he says, "You dirty traitor." Now this is a very fascinating line because we did know, well, not which world it was, but either in the first or second world, the God of War and previous user of the Nidhogg fruit was actually an enemy to Joy Boy and took them out. Most notably, Ragnar was there taking him out. This actually just pushes the idea that yes, Nidhogg back then was actually on Imu's side. Now, we don't know what it means when he says, "You dirty traitor." Is he referring to the original Nidhogg because the original Nidhogg may have betrayed him, the original God of War, just like Lily did back in the day, or is he only referring to this Nidhogg who's the first time betraying it? In either case, I think it is interesting and I would love to learn more, not only about the original God of War, but Imu's relationships with the previous gods. In the next page, we had here actually coughing as he spawns his wings. Snow. Oh, right, that's true. Lightning is produced by the collusion of ice particles from Chub. You two really are made from each other. So he's basically saying they're a fantastic combo. And this is an insane line. He says his name directly. Ragnar, you've been waiting for a new master all this time. I'm nostalgic. I did not expect Imu to say he's nostalgic, smiling and addressing Ragnar by his name as he sees him. And Ragnar just says, "Cream, crickery," which is the sound squirrels make. Hammer, Ragnar, mythical zone. Risu Risu, which is squirrel no meat. Ratatoskar model. As, like we always knew, the ice squirrel fruit, legendary model Ratatoskar. But to think that Imu truly does know him, this is the original Ratatoskar, either from the first or second world. And Imu even saying he's nostalgic. And even, it's very interesting, but Ragnar's actually swaying. He's angry, he's ready to fight, but he is swaying, so he's seeing Imu's full strength in action. And as nuts as it sounds, it is not his first time fighting. That is crazy. In the next page, we have an insane double page spread that's awesome. We can see Ragnar isn't in a hammer form, but actually in, I was about to say human form. I guess transform form, like his full transform form, because his original form is a hammer. But he spawns a cloud of ice, and I want to remind you, this cloud of ice is as big as a portion of Loki, who is already dozens and dozens of times bigger than an ancient giant, which is bigger than a normal giant. To spawn this much ice, like I'm not even kidding, this would be enough to literally freeze an entire village, like a human-sized village. That's how much ice Ragnar just made that easily. I know it doesn't seem that impressive because we're comparing it to Loki's scale, but remember, this amount of ice he's making is being compared to the dragon Loki. But Loki actually charges up some lightning and he fires off his lightning through the ice clouds and it turns into laser beats, where he says, "Ragnar, go arrow," which translates as no iron thunder 5 arrow. Evil actually expands his eyes, so that's really cool. He can expand the circle around him, and he says eclipse bombardment. So through the big circle that he made, like massive, it's almost as big as Loki. It's insane how big this is. And do remember, Imu's own physical size right now is as big as Loki's ancient giant form. But from that, a bunch of evil omen orbs come out and they all clash with the laser beams coming from Loki in an insane, awesome double page spread. As both of them are gearing up, you could say at the end of the page, the island is set on fire and Loki is really angry. Imu is blocking the attacks. In the next page, we have Kibo Library, which is frozen. To think there was an underground passage behind this door and that there was a secret room at the end of it and the owl is there. Yes, there was a secret room. All the theories were true and the owl just saved the books that way. You protected all the books from the pyre. Beeble, thank you so much. I thought everything had burnt. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, but I'm finding you more and more strange. Beeble, you know, after the reveal of Ragnar actually being a mythical zone that's existed, my god, since the Void Century, possibly even before the Void Century, I'm wondering if Biblo actually could even be older than that. We've already had some hints, you know, some lines dropped that Biblo is very old and ancient, but can you imagine if Biblo is even from the Void Century itself, or even possibly beyond that? I wonder if Biblo could even be a book that consumed a mythical owl fruit. I know mythical fruits are being tossed around like it's kryptonite from DC, like everyone's got it nowadays, but that is what it is. And the next page, we have This is Freaky. We have Bonnie, Saranji, and Vegapunk. Moni, come back here. I'm not fighting something like that. Of course, For now, I'm the one who'll protect you. I won't let him do it. But who is this guy? He's clearly in command of the Holy Knights, but he's not an elder. So Vegapunk is now discovering that there is a true king of the world, someone beyond the 5 elders. Vegapunk probably assumed all this time it was actually just the 5 elders in charge, but he's figuring out, yep, there isn't he. It's a colossal organization that has endured for 800 years. Only natural that power struggles give rise to darks. And if that's the case, yep, he's come to that conclusion. Sanji, you're hurt. I can't stay here, Bonk. Through as we go to a flashback. I didn't even intend to do it, but I didn't even have to deal with you myself. The simple fact that you're alive is really an anomaly. Again, incredible durability feat for Sans. In the next page, we have Sanji being awake. He's awake. He says, where are you going? Only can't stand. Killing him says, I'm going to go accomplish my original goal. Do you feel it? This power surging within. Farewell as one of the most disrespectful paddles in world history. He literally uses Sanji's injured body as a launching pad, which is fucking hilarious. But in an incredible aura loss and an aura gain from Sanji, he says he doesn't intend to leave the children alone. He says in the panel below, while injured no less. Sanji, Vegapunk says, we can't just wipe out all the battles that we've fought until now. This is the land that Usopp and Luffy admire. We have to protect Elbaf. This is the land of giants. This is the land of giant beauty. Honestly, like, that's some aura gain from Sanji. He was so much that was very embarrassing using him as a launching pad, but gaining aura as well. You love to see it. Like that last line, that was pretty cool. Near West Village, Cloud Seapool, in an utterly astonishing feat from Summers, he picks up a boat, lifts on his back, and throws it all the way across the island, and lands it right then. I don't know if he's flying, if this OA ability gives them the ability to fly, but this strength feat is nuts. I will remind you, this is a giant's ship. This is bigger than the Marines' giant warships. Like, it's way, way, way bigger than that. And Summers is the size of an old human. This is actually a strength feat comparable to Jesus Burgess when he actually lifted up a mountain, the Blackbeard Commander, because he has a strength flute. Like, the size of the boat and a mountain are the same. If you want to say, like, the mountain's heavier because it's full rock, fair enough. Doesn't change how insane of a feat this is. The fact that he's even being compared to the guy of the strength fruit while just using his noble strength is genuinely nuts. Like, this Omen buff is ridiculous. It's not just a regeneration buff. It's not just a devil fruit buff, which we'll see later, but it is an actual buff to that physical stats as well. And Summers says, hello, this is Summers. No, this is Super Sus. I found this giant shit. Bring me the kids in 5 minutes. And there we have West Village Tavern. Look at the forests. It looks like a real war out there. Of course, those are from the fires of Emu and local clash. The cut was brutally clean, so your fingers should be able to reattach, but it'll take months to heal completely. Chopper actually reattached Gerd's fingers. Makes sense. Emu did quite a clean cut. Chopper, I'm pathetic and supposed to be the one who takes care of others. No, it's not your fault. Thank you, Dr. Chopper. Thank you for treating my mother and the others. This is only first aid. Once we're out of this mess, I'll take care of it more calm. Go to Tasso. My idol's fingers are off. This is a nightmare. Is this canon? Okay, Road just being a bit funny, but hey, the guy, but he's cat fire. I'm going to give you all of my fingers. I don't want them. How cruel. Sorry about that, was my phone. Even at a time like this, I still get a reward of 1 on. In the next page, Gerd actually says, but you risked your life to protect your little brother. Jean, the fact that you made him and protected him made me reconsider my opinion of you. Road. And then of course, Road is shot. If you get excited, blood's gonna spray every room. Overdose of Gerd Tasso. Just to think I was starting to respect you, says one of their kids. Western Village, near the western port on Zoro's side. Sorry, Goldbug. At my size, it'd take us hours. It's nothing. I'm the only member of the Giant's crew without getting seriously hurt. And besides, all of this is Elbaf's problem. Thanks for fighting on our side. Don't worry about that. Our captain operates on the principle that his friend's country is his country too. I expect nothing less from the man Hadrudet admires so much. Talking about Luffy, those black flames turn those steel balls and bonds. Well, I guess the opposite. The black flames turn into these steel balls at balls. The knights who drew, the divine knights who already there have clearly grown stronger, as Zoro actually has the bullets from what Inu fired off, so 3 of those bullets actually hit him. Some people are theorizing Chopper may have got it out of him, maybe Zoro blocked it. It's not really clear, and seeing people argue so heavily on both sides, but I don't think it's that one, honestly. It doesn't make a difference whether he bluffed it and tanked it, or whether he, like, got hit, just tanked it, and Chopper moved to things. It doesn't make a difference, he's fine. I don't know why Agenda Piece is going so hot, it's like nothing seen right now. But anyway, we're really gonna have to finish them off, or this could get problematic, as Zoro looks pretty cool. Now, this is where things are gonna get so crazy. West Village or summons. I screwed up. I summoned something impossible. Gillingham, don't tell me. That's the thing I'm most afraid of. I got carried away. So by accident, Gillingham actually summoned his most terrifying creature. You idiot. We're afraid of that too. Can you control it? Well, it still counts as an NMA, which is ability. Well, what's done is done. There's nothing you can do about it. Hurry up. We don't have time left. Where's Gunko? I saw her on the way. For sure, she's dead. I don't think so, but we'll see what happens. Because she still has all of that stuff tied to Brooke. My theory is that after the hit from Emu, everyone may think she's dead, but Emu may remove the contract and she may actually come back to her senses, and because we need the Brooke and Gunko flashback. No matter what, Lord Emu has a body that cannot remain outside, even if we force it. So this outright confirming all of the theories are true, like he was just indirectly say it so many times. But yes, Emu cannot stay on the real world. Something is actually tethering him back to the Holy Land, whether it's a curse, the devil itself because he's close to the sea, a sickness, like there's a trillion theories. But the main thing that's important, that is confirmed, is that yes, he cannot be on the outside. Like it was indirectly hinted so much, but had it just said word for word, at least confirming those theories that are no longer theories. Our military forces and the enemy forces are here. We must not disappoint his greatness. Let's live up to his expectations. Killing. Yeah, why is it suddenly raining? What does that mean? The water is flooding the houses. Don't let the wounded drown. Come on, catch those filthy brats. And a water hand actually goes through the house and catches the Horan, Yiba, with two kids, and actually all the kids get caught. There's something outside. For us who were born on lands higher than the clouds, seeing water from the sky is terrifying. That's actually an interesting thing I never thought about. The Nika clan. Now, I think this may be a mistranslation because it should be the D clan Nika. That is what it is. I've been told about it often. In the Legends of the Underworld, there is a monster that pours water on down people's heads. It's called the Rain God. He appears by chanting the rhythm of the rain dancer, which is Zaza. Zaza. Ooh, he's scary. Now, it's very interesting because it's saying he, but it's a woman. I want to see more of the TCBN biz to see like what the gender of this creature is, but what frightens me the most is the Rain God. Insane that this actually terrifies people at the Holy Land, even more than Nika, even more than the deed. It is this Rain God, and you can actually see, just like Emu, they have a true awakening ring, not like the other awakenings. They have like this, I don't even know what to call like what Emu has. It's like this beyond awakening God ring, where Emu's has like these eyes around it. This Zaza God has multiple hands, looks so badass, he or she, but they have that awakening ring, and it's a very unique version, just like how Emu's is unique. Honestly, just outright confirming my theory, not confirming, but I should say make it super likely that Luffy does have a stage beyond Gear 5. I don't think he's going to have a transformation beyond Nika. I think he's just not fully tapped into the full awakening of Nika himself. I think the Nika transformation is just the beginning stages. I think the whole white hand, everything is going to stay the same, but I just think there's going to be a level beyond where he would actually get another ring around him, and the ring would change it to something more unique, gaining more powers. We're loading them up. Get ready, summers. We can self whenever you want. This trouble over by the village. Are we going back, huh? No, don't give up as we see Sanji going. And Zorach says, hey, you'd better do that right. You too, you bastard. So it seems like Zoro is actually going to go challenge Gimu and do that, while Sanji is going to go with Killingham and those guys, which is very interesting. But my god, the Rain God action being here is this dragon's devil fruit, because it exists, right? We already saw like nightmares of the Nika, we saw nightmares of the Nidhogg and Volfrun came true. It seems like this definitely is a mythical being, just like how the Deepbat and Nika are real. Someone has to have the Rain God fruit. I guess like the human fruit Zaza model Rain God, like just like how the Nika is like that, something like that, right? Or I guess it would be human fruit mythical model Zaza, and then that would be called the Rain God, just like how Nika is called the Sun God. I've got a couple theory videos coming out on that, so be sure to look out for that. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. It helps out so much. Thank you very much. Echoes, subscribe for a ton of consistent and quality One Piece content like this. If you love One Piece manga spoilers, leaks, theories, reviews, anything related to the manga, you will love this channel. You know, subscribe. That's all for me. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and take